The purpose of this video is to discuss how to set up Flipgrid as an educator. Now, Flipgrid is very, very easy to use. First thing you want to do is go to flipgrid.com, and if you don't already have an account, go ahead and click Educator Sign Up. It is free, and if you do have an account, go to Educator Login, which will take you to your dashboard. When you log in to Flipgrid, you can immediately create a topic, which is what you would assign to students, but I find that it's easier to create a group for each individual class. So you go ahead and click the blue Create Group button. You definitely want to keep it private. You don't want to do a public group when you're going to be working with kids. And you give it the group name. So let's imagine this is Temple Menorah, 5th grade. The join code is what students will need to be able to access their class. You can leave it with the randomized name and numbers that Flipgrid will generate for you, but I think it's easier, of course, to customize it to something that's easier to remember. And you're going to scroll down and add students. Now, if your organization issues each student a G Suite Google email, you can add them by email, but Flipgrid makes it very easy and allows you to add students using a student username. So you can download a template where you can then upload an Excel or CSV file with all the information, but you can also do it quite easily manually. First name, last name, and then you want to enter a username. Flipgrid, of course, will generate a random username, but sometimes it's easier to do one that students will be able to remember. So let's say TM 2020 MY for this student's initials, and we're going to add them. You can keep going and adding students, or you can come back and do it later. You can also create a guest password so that families can see what students have created by toggling this switch if you so desire. You click Next. If you've already created any topics, those are any assignments, you can duplicate them to this group so that you do not have to recreate them if you like. You can also do that later. And then now this generates for you the URL that students will need to go to in order to join the group and be able to access all of the topics. Flipgrid will also create a QR code that students can scan, embeddable code, and of course for Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom, and Remind. Specific mechanisms for you to issue that information on those platforms. For now, let's go to our group. And here is what it looks like. So Flipgrid will randomly give you a cover photo. I can show you how to change that. One of the wonderful features about Flipgrid is that you can add what they call a co-pilot, where you would add another educator's email, and that would give that educator equal control over your group and your topics. So as a director, I could add the class's teacher as a co-pilot, which would enable them to also create and manage content. So if I wanted to go and edit my cover photo, this is how I would do it. Go ahead and click the edit button, and that gives you access to all of the different features of your group. You can scroll down where you would add students, and of course where you would edit the picture. You can choose from the menu that Flipgrid has, or you can upload your own. Alright, so now that we have a group, we need to put, and we have students in it, we need to put topics in it too. So adding a topic is very, very easy. Click the blue Add Topic button, and then you add a title for your topic. So I want to create a topic about Sukkot. Alright, so we're going to call it My Own Sukkah. And then here's the question. What can you use in your own house to create a mini sukkah? Show us how creative you can be. So that's my assignment. You're then going to designate how long the student's own recordings can be. Do you want to see the videos before they're posted to the student group? And then here you can upload many different types of media. So for my purposes, I want the students to watch a YouTube video before they create their own. So I'm going to click here. I already have the URL ready to go. And again, this is the Lego Sukkot movie that the students now have to watch for inspiration. Down here in More Options, it opens up another menu. So you can also attach 9 other external links if you like. Here's where you toggle the topic to be active or frozen, meaning nobody else can add to it, or hidden, meaning nobody can even see it. You can schedule dates when the topic is open for students to post their responses, a start date and an end date if you like. If you don't enter anything, the default is that the start date is the day you create it, and the end date is open-ended. You can also you can adjust how often Flipgrid notifies you of new submissions. You can toggle whether students can download and share their own videos, whether they can follow new topics, and then down here, you can toggle whether you want them to do selfies, still photos, or videos, or both, whether they can edit their videos, attach things, and all sorts of different things. Now here, the default is for likes to be off. You can turn that on if you think that will be helpful. And then over here with video comments, this allows students to respond to each other's videos with additional videos, which creates kind of a conversation. For our purposes, basic feedback is probably enough, but you can create a custom rubric. And then I'm going to create my topic. Now it's ready, and as you can see here, all I have to do is copy it and then share that link with the students that are already enrolled in my group, and that will enable them to go and view the topic, the question, the video, and to submit their own. Now, if you are telling a student how to join, you would give them that link to their group. You would have them enter their own code. This is not to the group we just created. This is to another group, just so I can show you what it looks like for a student to be able to access their group. So here's a 3rd grade group with a student who is logged in, and here is a topic that has already been assigned, so they can see that they're supposed to watch these videos and then record their response about counting. So it's very easy to use. Now there are a lot more features for Flipgrid as an educator. Across the top you have a bar. Discussions is where you can manage your groups and your topics. Discovery is where other educators that have created publicly accessible topics will post them, and you can search for ones that might be appropriate for your class. Clicking Activity brings you to a menu of the different videos that your students have submitted. Mixtapes allows you to take the videos that your students have submitted and string particular videos together to create a compilation. And that looks something like this.
I think if a penguin walked in with a sombrero like that, we could basically just say, hey, this is 2020. Anything goes.
I would tell the penguin to leave ASAP and go back to a cold place.
But here's what it looks like.
So that is what a mixtape looks like, and that can be a really fun thing to create for students to show the entirety of their class's work. And that is how you create and manage Flipgrid for your classroom.